is, I see Miss Epsy.
There we go.
Nobody gets the attention quite like a motion.
Yes, sir.
Miss Epsy, good morning to you.
Good morning.
And Mr. Murphy, good morning to you.
Good morning, Your Honor.
So I read your motion, Miss Epsy, or Espy, I'm sorry. Did you get a copy of that, Mr. Murphy?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
All right. Anything you want to add to it, Miss Epsy, before we hear from Mr. Murphy?
No.
Mr. Murphy, you got the motion. Is there anything you want to add to it?
Your Honor, honestly, I would just like to say that, sorry, we're here because this is honestly something that we could have got through ourselves because we've been doing week on, week off, for the last 2 months. I was recently just put in jail, but even before that, we were doing week on, week off, and I just want this to continue and just kind of let go of all the disrespect and social media stuff. We have a little girl that we're raising, and I would like for her to see that parents can get along.
I'd love nothing more than that, but something tells me Miss Epsy is going to take issue with some of those things.
Of course.
Miss Epsy,
Yes.
thoughts?
Thoughts is that when he got out of jail, he was recently incarcerated. Excuse me. I'm 9 months pregnant, so he wants to do a week on, week off, which is cool with me. She just started school, so I wanted to change the week on, week off to her being with me Monday through Thursday because she catches the bus to school, and he wants to pick her up and drop her off, which she catches the bus. My daughter has structure when she's at home, so I want him to do Thursday through Sunday, and he can get her on the breaks or the days that she has no school. I just recently started a new job, and I asked him to keep her over for more than over a week because I wanted to finish my training days, and then she could have came back home. He got mad at me and told me that I needed to add his girlfriend to her pick up and drop off list because I don't know what reasons, because he's working. If he's working, then I'm supposed to be getting child support. I haven't received any child support since last year. He doesn't report that. He doesn't communicate. I have to communicate with his mom. When my daughter is with him, I try to call, try to check on her. He doesn't answer. It's just too much inconsistency. And I don't have time for that. I'm gonna have another baby, and I'd rather for my daughter to have structure and stability than somebody that's inconsistent and that I want to keep coming in and out her life. I deal with her emotionally, physically. My daughter has asthma, so when she's sick, he feel like he doesn't have to deal with her, and he doesn't have to show up to anything. And I just feel like that's not fair to her, because she's 3 and she knows.
Are you currently working?
Yes, I'm currently working.
Okay, Mr. Murphy, are you currently working?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm going to have the front of the court get involved with this because they're going to have to make a recommendation to me relative to what parenting time should be because apparently, although you got the best of intentions, it's not working that way. So I'm going to say... What more can you tell me, Mr. Murphy?
Honestly, it's not the way that she's making it seem. It's a lot of harassment. I have a new girlfriend, and she's been in my child's life since she was literally day one. And honestly, it's a consistent thing. Like, she makes it very hard upon me. She threatens my mom, my sister, which is a person that has special needs with talking.
Yeah, this is why we need in writing what your parenting time is going to be. And you can do that. No, I'm done with questions, Mr. Murphy. You both cannot do it. You're incapable of it.
Yes, sir.
You both cannot do it. And it's not your fault, Mr. Murphy. It's not your fault, Miss Espy. You guys are just like oil and water. You don't mix. So the only way that when two parties have a child, the The only way that you can get a parenting time order, so everybody knows what they got to follow, is if the parties come up with one, which doesn't sound like that's going to happen, or the friend of the court makes a recommendation to me, and that's the only option I have. So I'm going to send it there. Make sure the friend of the court has your correct address. It's $150 a piece to for the FOC to investigate, and I'll send it there today. And make sure they got your correct addresses, and the parties can always get together and come up with their own game plan. But it sounds like someone's going to have to step up and make the decision for you. So that'll be me. All right.
So we
I
have to
appreciate it, John.
go back through the FOC and then return back to you.
Well, it depends. The FOC can resolve it for you too. They might be able to resolve it where you both couldn't. Maybe they'll give you a hand. But if you can't, if there is nowhere to solve it, then it's got to go to the. Then they have to make the recommendation, and then the parties are free to accept it. If they don't accept it, then I got to make the call, and then I'll have to have an evidentiary hearing. Guys, it'd be a big trial and requirements and briefs and witness lists and all that stuff. And you two can, like I said, you two can avoid all that. Just get together on the same page and figure something out. But until that happens, I'm sending it over to the front of the court. All right?
All right, thank you, Your Honor. Appreciate it.
All right, guys, let's break this down because this hearing spiral fast. The father walked in talking about peace, co-parenting, and setting an example for their daughter, but the mother immediately countered with jail time, unpaid child support, ignored calls, and complete inconsistency. Then came the real issue. She no longer trusted him, provide stability. The judge didn't even try to sugarcoat it. Once both sides started trading blame and accusations, he realized these two could not manage parenting without supervision. Calling them oil and water was a polite courtroom version of saying this co-parenting setup is a disaster waiting to explode.
That you're all set. The defendant in this matter, Robert DeCam. Mr. DeCam, good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Next on my screen is the plaintiff in this matter, Sasha DeCam. Ms. DeCam, good morning.
Good morning.
I've read your motion, Mr. DeCam, and you got a copy of that as well, Ms. DeCam?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very, very late, but I did get a copy.
Okay. And you received, I received your response as well, Mr. DeCam. Did you get a copy of that, Mr. DeCam?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So everybody has everything. I'll turn things over to you, Mr. DeCam. Anything in your motion you want to tell me before I hear from Ms. DeCam?
No, I would just say that I filed a motion because there is currently no parenting time required. It's something that we've agreed upon through mediation through the judgment of divorce. Paragraph 11 says that we will be doing this reasonably and mutually agreed upon by the parents, and I don't believe that's been fulfilled. I don't believe it's mutually agreed upon by the two of us at this time.
Well, it's somewhat vague, right? I mean,
Correct.
if the court order that is that parenting time will be as the parties agree, then if the parties don't agree, there is no parenting time, right?
That is correct.
Okay. Mr. Cam, what can you shed on this? I read your response.
What can I what?
You want to shed any light on this for me?
Sure. We have originally, when we went through mediation, there was quite a lot of conversations, a lot of agreements that he has not held up to. I originally was planning on him having the kids one evening a week unless they had other activities or things going on where that wasn't possible. I'm not very comfortable with him having the kids in his car just because of his history with alcohol abuse and getting multiple DUIs, and telling me that he doesn't believe he has a drinking issue. So I feel it's a safety matter.
Well, let me ask you this. According to your response, at least it looks like to me anyway, that most of those issues occurred long before you and him signed an October 30th, 2024 stipulation. Is that true?
I believe his last DUI he was still under probation at that time.
Okay.
Or maybe he had just ended probation.
Well, see, my point is this. I can consider changes of circumstance since the last order. And the last order is clearly October 30th of 2024. And anything that occurred before that, it's not irrelevant. I don't want to say that because obviously if it's an ongoing situation, that can be problematic. But it looks like to me is the parties just can't seem to get out of the starting gates on this stuff. And I certainly can't decide that on a Friday morning. But I will tell you that pursuant to Shade versus Wright, 291 Michigan Appeal 17, a 2010 case, I have to have at least proper cause or change of circumstance to stick my nose into your parenting time business, because most people don't want courts involved in their lives. But poor communication or lack of cooperation between parents does constitute a change of circumstance to revisit parenting time, because the relevant best interest factor, MCL 722.23J as in Jimmy, diminishes each parent's ability to encourage a close and continuing parent-child relationship between the other parent and the child. Those was set forth in an unpublished decision of Bauman versus Hartman, which obviously is not binding for stare decisis purposes on me, but is persuasive. So my only recourse at this point is to reopen parenting time, send it to the front of the court for a complete investigation and a recommendation. Mr. DeCam, are you currently working?
Yes, I am.
And
the second case exposed what happens when divorce agreements are written too vaguely and reality finally catches up. The father argued there was technically no enforceable parenting schedule, while the mother raised serious concerns about alcohol abuse and multiple DUIs around the children. The judge stayed laser-focused on one thing: whether there had been a legal change in circumstances. Instead of emotional reactions, he broke the situation down like a procedural chess match. Once communication between parents completely collapses, the court steps in, investigations begin, witnesses get involved, and suddenly a family dispute starts looking like full-scale litigation. Nobody looked victorious here, just exhausted by years of unresolved conflict. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one.